Dave Grohl, rock's elder statesman and perennial nice guy, has seen it all. From the explosive chaos of Nirvana to the anthemic heights of the Foo Fighters, Grohl's fingerprints are all over some of modern rock's most enduring moments.
Breathe out, so I can breathe you in.
And yet, despite his own catalogue of hits and accolades, Grohl remains the sort of artist who looks outward as much as inward, never shy to celebrate the brilliance of others. This isn't a man hoarding the limelight, but one who delights in shining it on the songs and artists that inspire him.
I'm a one-way motorway. I'm a road that drives away.
In interviews over the years, Grohl has been candid about the tracks he wishes he'd written, and it's an eclectic mix that spans punk, pop, and even the banal universality of Happy Birthday to You.
You start with the riff, because that's going to be the most recognizable part of the song, right?
These choices, as varied as they are, paint a picture of Grohl not just as a musician, but as a music lover, someone with an almost childlike awe for the craft he's dedicated his life to. Let's start with Kids in America by Kim Wilde, the neon-bright pop anthem that defined a generation of 80s youth. For Grohl, this isn't just a song, it's a time capsule. Every punk rock boy I knew was hopelessly in love with Kim Wilde, and so was I, he's admitted, in that guileless heart-on-sleeve way that makes him so endearing. There's a purity to his admiration, both for Wilde herself and the song's undeniable energy. It's an iconic anthemic song from the 80s and I love it as much as I loved her, he confessed. It's not hard to imagine a teenage Grohl already harbouring dreams of rock stardom, captivated by Wilde's effortless cool and the sheer vitality of the track. What makes Grohl's relationship with Kids in America even more intriguing is the way he's taken that admiration and turned it into something tangible. In true Grohl fashion, he didn't just stop at loving the song, he made his own version of it.
Looking out a dirty old window, down below the cars in this city go rushing by.
It's a move that encapsulates his ethos. Music as a conversation, a dialogue between artists and eras. When Grohl covers a song, it's never about upstaging the original, it's about honouring it, adding another layer to its legacy. But while Kids in America is drenched in nostalgia and youthful exuberance, Grohl's second choice, Happy Birthday to You, reveals his mischievous sense of humour and, perhaps, his inner pragmatist. I wish I had written Happy Birthday, obviously, because I'd be making so much more money right now. It would be like owning the rights to pizza, he joked. Grohl, ever the entertainer, knows how to land a punchline, but beneath the humour is a sharp awareness of music's peculiar intersections with commerce. It's a choice that might seem surprising at first glance. After all, Happy Birthday isn't exactly a critical darling, nor is it a song that inspires hushed reverence. But it's everywhere. From backyard parties to high-end restaurants, it's a melody that transcends borders and languages, a true universal constant.
$100 million?
Oh, no way.
$50 million?
No, not
$25 million.
Not that much either.
$15 million?
Maybe.
Grohl's reasoning isn't purely financial, though. There's a personal angle too. Maybe it would get me some respect at home, he quipped, before elaborating. I have one daughter who wants to be a musician, and two others who look at me like I'm a janitor. They're like, oh, that's Dad's job, whatever. It's classic Grohl, blending humour and self-deprecation with an undercurrent of genuine affection. From the ubiquitous to the specific, Grohl's third pick, Sailin' On by Bad Brains, is a testament to his punk roots and his unyielding admiration for raw, visceral energy. Bad Brains were America's greatest hardcore punk rock band in the 80s, Grohl has declared, with the kind of certainty that brooks no argument. There's a reverence in his tone whenever he speaks of them, a sense that they represent something pure and unfiltered. For Grohl, Sailin' On isn't just a great song, it's a touchstone, a reminder of why he fell in love with music in the first place. Their music was so fast, so distorted, so dissonant, he said.
You just walk right out the door, play the game right from the start.
Recalling the impact the band had on him as a teenager, Bad Brains weren't just a band, they were a phenomenon, a force of nature that left audiences breathless and slightly bewildered. Grohl's admiration isn't limited to their studio recordings either. They were the best live band I've ever seen in my life, he's declared, and coming from someone who's shared the stage with the likes of Paul McCartney and Mick Jagger, that's high praise indeed. It's not hard to see why Sailin' On resonates so deeply with Grohl. The song encapsulates everything that makes punk so exhilarating. Its speed, its fury, its unapologetic defiance.
I know every drum lick off of that record, and I have since I was 14. I knew every single one of their songs front to back. And from listening to Earl.
It's a track that demands to be felt as much as heard, and for Grohl, that visceral connection is what music is all about. And then we come to Imagine by John Lennon, a song that feels almost inevitable on a list like this. For Grohl, Imagine is more than just a classic, it's a guiding star, a song that embodies the ideals he's always strived to uphold. When I was young and I first started playing guitar, around the age of 10 or 11 years old, I would sit and strum along to John Lennon's records all day long, he's shared. For a young Dave Grohl, Lennon wasn't just a musician, he was a mentor, an invisible yet omnipresent figure whose influence shaped the way Grohl approached his craft. What sets Imagine apart, even for someone as seasoned as Grohl, is its simplicity. There's nothing ornate or overly complex about the song. It's a straightforward plea for peace and unity, delivered with disarming sincerity. It's a beautiful song with a really timeless quality, Grohl has said.
Imagine all the people living for today.
And it's easy to see why. In a world that often feels chaotic and fragmented, Imagine offers a moment of calm, a reminder of what music can achieve when it's stripped down to its essence. Grohl's connection to Imagine isn't just about its message though, it's also deeply personal, tied to his formative years as a musician. For Grohl, Lennon wasn't just a distant icon, he was a teacher, someone who showed him the possibilities of music and the power of a well-crafted melody. That connection, forged in the quiet hours of a young boy learning to play guitar, has stayed with Grohl throughout his career. What's fascinating about these four choices is how they reflect the many facets of Grohl's personality. There's the unabashed fanboy, swooning over Kim Wilde and her infectious pop hooks. There's the joker, imagining himself as the unlikely king of birthday parties worldwide. There's the punk purist, reliving the raw energy of Bad Brains. And there's the dreamer, looking to Lennon for inspiration and guidance. In a way, these choices are as much about the songs themselves as they are about the man who admires them. Grohl's willingness to share his envy, to admit that there are songs out there he wishes he'd written, is a reminder of his humility and his enduring love for music. For someone who's achieved as much as he has, Grohl remains refreshingly grounded, always quick to celebrate the brilliance of others. And perhaps that's what makes him such a beloved figure in the music world. Grohl isn't just a rock star, he's a fan, someone who still gets excited about a great song and isn't afraid to say, "I wish I'd written that." It's that sense of wonder, that joy in the craft of music, that keeps him relatable, even as he stands atop the industry he's helped shape. So the next time you hear Kids in America, Happy Birthday to You, Sailin' On, or Imagine, take a moment to appreciate them not just as great songs, but as part of the tapestry of influences that have shaped one of rock's most enduring icons. In Dave Grohl's world, every song is a story, every melody a memory, and every note a chance to connect. And isn't that what music is all about?